everyone, Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a spoiler-free review for Gen V, Episode 1, God You. From the world of the boys comes Gen V, which explores the first generation of superheroes to know that their superpowers come from Compound V. These heroes put their physical and moral boundaries to the test, competing for the school's top ranking. In the first episode, congratulations, you have been chosen for admission to Godolkin University. What a weird name. We are thrilled to be part of your journey to discovering what kind of super you are. This is directed by Nelson Craig. Written by Craig Robert Rosenberg, Evan Goldberg, and Eric Kripke, based on the comics by Garth Ennis and Derek Robinson. This episode stars Jazz Sinclair as Marie Moreau, Chance Perdomo as Andre, Liz Broadway as Emma, Maddie Phillips as Kate, London Tho, and Derek Liu as Jordan, Asa German as Sam, Patrick Schwarzenegger as Golden Boy, and the legendary Clancy Brown as Professor Rich Brinkerhoff. I do want to say content warning. I'll be discussing, because in the episode has a content warning, I'll be discussing topics of self-harm and suicide. So I'll keep that in mind. Um, Overall, this was a great first episode of a new series. Sometimes when you do a spin-off, you rely too heavily on the source material or the original show. I think this one has the advantage that in a universe so big as the boys universe, uh, we kind of want to know more about all the facets of life. Specifically, they do address a few things that have already happened in the show. So this is pretty current to like where we are in the show. Maybe they don't have all the knowledge that we, as somebody that has seen the show, has, but definitely a lot of things have happened. Spoilers for the latest season of the boys. Maeve is passed away, so the world is definitely looking to fill that spot. So Godolkin University is the chosen school by Vought and by the Seven, which is probably a bad thing, anyways. To really, that's where they're superheroes. That's where the Seven, they've gone to school. Now, I don't think all of them do. I mean, obviously, there's, as we've seen in the show, not everyone probably made it from there, but we do see that A Train was drafted from there. So we begin with an exploration of Marie's character. And Marie is going to be our protagonist who we follow. She's got a really cool power. I don't want to go too much into it because I feel like that would give away a little bit of the episode. But what I will say is this. Her power is very cool, but it comes at a cost. I think a lot of these powers do, especially very reminiscent of something, when things happen in the X-Men. Sometimes when the powers manifest, you don't really know when it's going to happen or what the consequences of that are going to be. So she has paid a very, very high price for all that. Also, I love a school story, right? I think when I read X-Men books, like some of my favorite times are reading stuff about the X-Men and when they've been at the academy at the school, when they're learning. I think that interpersonal relationship of people competing in school, very similar to like My Hero Academia, which these are all kind of the same, very similar premises, right? People with powers learning how to control them, trying to be the top hero and stuff like that. Obviously, this is cranked up to 11 because it comes from material from Garth Ennis and Derek Robinson. So, like, from that world, nothing is sacred. The show continues, just like the boys, to be as violent, raunchy, full of like weird shit, and exploring some really crude and vulgar aspects sometimes. One of my standout characters is Emma. Yeah. One of the standout characters for me is portrayed by Lizzie Broadway, Emma, who has the ability to shrink down. But I think, like I said, I think a lot of these abilities come at a cost that people don't really like. Not everyone has the really cool powers like Homelander, where you just get to be like strong and cool. Like the school really dives into like, okay, some of these powers are weird, but what do you do with that? Like everyone that's a super, they are still there's still something that can be used for to push Vought's personal agenda in some way, right? So whether they end up going to like they call it the art division of the school that kind of produces stars, and so in this world like entertainment comes from supers that also just happen to be like actors or athletes and stuff like that. And then not everyone that goes to the school will end up at the seven or doing law enforcement stuff or whatever. But yeah, Emma is a really fun character. I think there's a lot of depth to her character. There's a character that she portrays outside facing toward everybody else. She is Marie's roommate, who's our main character. But there's also a character that she doesn't allow the rest of the world to see. So I think there's going to be some fun exploration there. We get to see some really cool powers. We also have Jordan, who is a character that switches back between male and female, which also comes with different sets of powers. So that was really interesting to explore. I think Patrick Schwarzenegger as Golden Boy, it's also very cool. And of course, Clancy Brown. I mean, the man is a legend. I'll check out anything that he's in, even if it's just to like hear that deep voice, right? But in this show, he obviously portrays Professor Rich Brinkerhoff, who's kind of like the top of the top at this university. So, of course, things immediately start going wrong for our protagonist once she gets to the school. But she's just trying to find a place to fit in. But there's more. There's layers to this mystery. Of course, Vought is always up to some shady shit in the background. So, yeah, very intriguing show. I really like it. The gore is there. So if you like The Boys, I think you're gonna enjoy this. If you don't like The Boys because of the elements of like violence and stuff like that, you probably won't like this one either. If you don't like The Boys because you don't find those characters compelling, maybe these are very different characters because they're young adults that are just starting like college and stuff like that. So their relationships are different. This is not a world ending like type of setup. This is more of a there are lower stakes. There's still stakes, but they are lower stakes, right? Not everything here is like world ending like we've seen on The Boys. So really enjoy this. I won't be doing weekly reviews. They did drop 3 episodes. I just wanted to check the first one out to see if it even mattered. If for whatever reason I do stop watching, I will make a video, and I'll also make a video at the end of the season once everything is out. So just to kind of go over the whole season as a whole. But yeah, if you are watching The Boys, let me know what you thought about this episode down in the comments. I'll be catching up on the rest of the two, hopefully over the weekend. There's a lot of stuff going on. We are getting ready for spooky season, so I'm also watching some horror movies and stuff like that. And of course, we still got to check out some stuff that's in theaters, comics, all that stuff. So keeping us plenty of busy. Thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.